Hi, I'm Larry Richardson, your step-by-step chef, and this is the introductory episode to Cooking and Camping with the Step-by-Step Chef. Now on StepByStepChefcom, I have posted free recipes and links to free YouTube videos to show you how to make delicious meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, whether you're at home, on the road, or out camping like I am. It's all on the site. This part that I'm doing right now is about camping itself. Now, I know a lot of people out there want to camp, but you don't know where to begin. And what I like to show you is the step-by-step way to do everything in the universe. I'm just that kind of guy. Well, at least a few things that I know how to do. And I'm drawing off of 20 years of experience camping, from glamping, where everything's provided to you, to staying in a cabin where you have to bring the food, but you usually still have TV, cable, water, toilet, you name it, you got it all. Internet, you got it all. You're golden. RV, I've RV camped before, very different experience. I am more in the middle. I am a car camper. I travel the United States, and I've been to Australia and Canada and a few other locations in my car, and I bring along food, water, shelter, so that I'm all set. I can pretty much pull into any campground and I'm all set. It's my favorite way to camp, quite frankly, because it keeps me very close to nature, and it also is extremely portable. So I can go into a campsite, set up my tent, I'm all set. I don't need a lot of services. I don't have to plug in. I don't need water. I don't need a place to drain my RV. And on the other hand, I'm not glamping, so it's not like I'm at a resort. But I'm not criticizing any means of camping that people do that brings them joy, because we all have different tastes and different tolerances. I mean, heck, the people who just hang up a hammock between two trees, or they throw down a tarp and they lie down on that on the ground, they're laughing at me for car camping. So everybody has a different tolerance. But what I like about car camping with a tent for instructional purposes is I will touch on different bases in this series that will be of value to everybody, maybe even the glampers, because I'm going to talk some about hiking. So even if everything else is provided, there's a few tips for hiking that I think might be of value of you. So let's get started with the first question I actually have for you. What kind of camping do you plan to do? Because the type of camping you plan to do will have a major impact on the type of gear that you need to purchase. Certainly, if you're going glamping, it's pretty much all-inclusive. You just have to bring your clothes, your toothbrush, and your hiking boots. And you should, they might even provide those, and you're all set. If you're going into a cabin, you'll usually just have to bring your food and well, not water, unless it's way out in the woods, but you'll bring your food and you'll stock the refrigerator and you'll have a heck of a good time. If you're RV camping, you got it all with you. It's a house on wheels. If you're car camping with a tent, again, like I prefer to do, you have to bring it all. You have to do food, water, shelter. So you really have to think it through. The other question I have for you is, what type of environment are you going into? What type of weather? Because if it's a really wet environment, you're going to need some equipment that you might not need in a really dry environment. And the same between cold and hot. So you really have to have an understanding of what kind of environment you're going into. And at that point, what I recommend is that you talk to an outfitter at a local store like an REI or a Bass Pro Shops or Cabela's or just, one of those stores, or read up on it on the internet or buy a book. Because you will need different kinds of equipment depending on where you're camping. I'm going to show you basic equipment that I use that ranges everything from cold weather gear that I use when I'm camping. Heck, I'm pretty sure I've camped up at 10,000 feet. I don't usually go above the tree line, snow line. It's just because then you get into a four-season tent and you just need different gear. It's a lot more involved. So I'm usually down a little lower than that, but the temperatures can range from 20 degrees at night I've camped in, and I've camped in like 90 degrees, well, during the day, and then the temperature falls into the 70s, which is comfortable. You can still sleep in that environment. The other point that I want to make in this video, the introductory video, is my recommendation to you, if you're just getting started and you want to be a car and tent camper, is buy the equipment that you need and then take it. And I'm going to tell you what equipment in the next video. We're going to talk about that. But buy the equipment that you need and then go to a campground that is full service. A campground where you will have water, showers, electricity, and even a camp host or some kind of supervision on site. So you go in, you're very comfortable in that environment, you're getting started, you're trying out your equipment, and it's just a good a good way to break in without going too far outside of your comfort zone. So I do recommend that you go to like a national park, a state park, county park, or city park that has all of those different services, so you will be comfortable while you are testing out your equipment and you're getting a feel for camping. So that is the end of this introductory episode. In the next episode, I'm going to show you the essential equipment that I use to cover those bases of food, water, shelter. Now, I want you to take a look at StepByStepChefcom. There you will find recipes specifically made for campers and people on the road that can also be made at home. They're just delicious. They have worked for me for years, and I want to share them with you, and I want you to try them. You will find free printable recipes, and you will find videos. The other thing that you will find on the camping side is I do plan to write out text for each one of these episodes. So I hope you'll stick with me, and I hope you will come back for the next episode of Cooking and Camping with the Step by Step Chef. I'll see you there.